Hey guys, what is up? How's it going? I hope you're having a great day. And today we're going to talk about how you should approach a Call of Duty Infinite Warfare team deathmatch gameplay. So I know I don't have a gameplay here. I'd usually have one, but as you guys know, my server's pro is down. But I will put some pictures up probably. But right now I'm going to try and explain to you how I'd approach it. So first thing you want to do is when you're in the lobby, you want to see if you're playing against a team or not. That's the biggest thing. So first decide if you're playing against a team or if you're playing against a party of 2 or 3. So I'm going to go down the route of let's say you're not. Well, you should always have, in your 5 classes, there should be a class there should be your favorite class, and then there should be a few different classes that you could switch up your style with. I'd always start with your favorite class usually, just to get the feel for the game. Now, let's say you're playing a team that is trying to rush you, they're trying to flip the spawns, they're going after you. The best thing to do there is just remain calm and play defensively, because if you play defensively, they're coming towards you. If you play offensively, you're kind of running right into them, and it'll throw off the gameplays. Just play defensively. Now, if eventually your team gets spawn trapped and you're the only one there, then you may work your way over there. But if a team is rushing you crazy, you play defensively. So that's my big advice there. And then let's say you're holding back in the map, and your whole team gets they get spawn flipped. Well, you can turn around yourself. If you're facing the other way, you can turn around and you can kind of backward step to where they are. So that's how I'd approach that. Now let's say so there's your one extreme. Now the other extreme is playing with the whole camp. What I'm gonna do there is see the best way to win a TDM gameplay is to know what your team is doing. If your team is full, well, I should go back. I first said the advice if the other team is rushing you crazy. Now, if the other team is full of campers, the best way to get rid of campers is to not go in their line of sight where they're looking for you. That is hard to do. I know your ego wants to do it, but the campers, that's where they feed on. And I know I camp sometimes. I know how that works. I also rush them. I play all the styles, so I know that. So the best thing to do is flank them. When you flank out a camper, use grenade, flash stuns, because if you stun them, then you rush them quickly. But you have to be strategic and flank them. You cannot go running in there because they probably have I don't know, like trip mines and C4s. They're waiting for you to do that. You have to be strategic about what you're doing. So now my advice is if your team is full of spawn flippers, so I'm talking your team, they're rushing hard, they're flipping, and you kind of just want to follow your team. It's hard to stay back. I'm a more defensive guy. And you just can't stay back, 'cause they'll flip you, then guys are coming from your backside. So what you want to do is you want to kind of trail behind them. You don't want to be in the pack, because those guys also die a lot. They'll get 30 kills for every 20, they go 30 and 27 or 30 and 30. They're getting a lot of kills, but they're getting almost as many deaths, if not as many or more. So you don't want to stay in that pack, 'cause you'll die a lot. So you kind of want to just trail slowly behind them, That's the best way. You kind of want to just follow the pack. We want to trail slowly behind them. Now, if your team is full of campers, if you go rush up and try and flip the spawns, that will never work. Because think about it, if your team is full of campers, then, they're not going to move. And you have 4 guys sitting back there, so you're not going to be able to flip the spawn. So I would just stick with the campers. If you're a rusher, I would just stick on your side of the map. You don't have to camp. You just gotta stick in your side of the map. Because if you rush too far into the spawn, you aren't getting any help, so you will eventually die. And remember, this is TDM, so the kills matter. So like if it was domination, then the kills don't matter as much. But TDM, it's team deathmatch. So now let's say if you're playing on team, you got like a camper, a sniper. You're kind of playing with a mixed variety. That's the type of team that you can play your own style. If your team is kind of a mixed variety, it's not favoring one or the other, you can play your own style. So that just becomes your judgment. Now, so let's say now I'm going to give you some advice. Let's say the other team is full of variety. The other team is full of variety. And you can still play your style. But now let's say that other team is a team. They're made up of, 5 guys that are communicating to each other. You don't want to rush them hard. I sound like I'm anti-rushing. I'm not, but you got to also think strategically. If you're playing group of 5 or 6 guys that are all communicating with each other, and they may even have call-outs, then, let's say you kill one guy and the other guy's going to come and kill you, so you have to think smart. The best thing to do is, if they're a team full of rushers, you just kind of got to play defensively, but you got to move around. You got to do what I call crushing, which is you don't rush, but you don't camp. You stay in one spot, you get a few kills, and you move to another spot. That way you're trying to they can't really figure out where you are. You're kind of moving to separate spots, but you got to keep coming up with new spots. You can eventually go back to your old spots, but you can never keep favoring that spot. Let's say the other team is full of campers, and this is a team, not just randomly campers. Like I said, you just gotta outsmart them. Maybe communicate with your own teammates, but if you don't have a microphone, or you don't want to do that, the best way to do is you have to outsmart them, because if you don't outsmart them, the campers are going to get you. So that's some basic advice for TDM. Now, for class setups for TDM, it really doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you. I sound crazy saying this, but I have my favorite class setup is an LMG, a rocket launcher, and some trip mines, and some of the, I don't know what they're called, spider grenades, And I've rushed with that. I've gotten decent gameplay, so it's really just whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong answer. You see guys like or not FaZe, but you see a Drifter, and those guys telling you, no, this class is good, this class is bad. No class is good or bad. It's whatever works for you, So that's your basic thing. Score streaks to run in TDM, I would keep it lower, but like I said, whatever works for you. I just say keep it lower because the gameplay you may probably get high 20s, low 30s in a TDM gameplay. So you may get a higher score streak, but you may not have time to get to it. You may be on track to get to it, you may not have time. So I wouldn't go like too far up, maybe, I don't know what's called, a Thor. I think that's as far as you should go up. And there's around that area. Don't go up to the completely top. No, Thor may be the top. I'm not good with that. I have still memorized all these score streaks. So anyway, there's some basic advice. Going to specialist, like I said, it's whatever works to you. I usually use this, I forgot what's name, the weapon that fires like crazy. I love that specialist. I don't know these names. But, I like that specialist. It's a specialist that works for me, So there you go. That's my advice for a TDM gameplay. Be sure to drop that like button. That really supports the channel and helps me out. Every time I see the like button and sees views, and when I see comments, it just makes me feel good and makes me keep wanting to do this. And hope this next week maybe I should be able to get a how to approach a domination gameplay. And then I'm thinking about something. I'll post a trick shot video and a Minecraft video the following weekend. But do you guys want to see a Hello Neighbor video? Be sure to let me know, because I that game is hilarious. I thought maybe I could play Alpha 3 for Hello Neighbor. I wouldn't get to it before Alpha 3, but yeah. So if you guys want to see Hello Neighbor, be sure to let me know. That would be Alpha 3. But yeah, just let me know. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.